day, another wild story in a crazy raid. Gossip nights and endless chats. We're taking turns with heartfelt laughs. Yeah, it's a world where secrets spill. Best friends ride on every thrill. From late night talks to morning cheers, we got each other year after year. Girl, did you hear that wild thing? We got stories that'll make you sing. From heartbreaks to dreams so clear. It's the podcast song for friends who cheer.
What if we talked with an accent the whole time?
That would be ridiculous, and I couldn't hold it.
You could-
Hello. Hey guys, did you hear?
Welcome to Girl, Did You Hear?
I can't even pinpoint where we're from. So
Me
we're
either.
stuck
It's-
between
we're
like
probably-
English and Australian. It's trash. We're total trash. It's fine.
South African, maybe?
Maybe.
Sorry to anybody that we may have offended by those horrible accents.
Didn't mean to offend. There were accents. We knew this. We were in character. It was
I
fine.
could not do that the entire time, though.
No.
It'd be so hard.
That's exhausting. Are you kidding me? It's just hard enough to like play nice sometimes, much less keep up an accent.
It's hard to smile this much. Just kidding.
Not when I'm around you.
Aw.
Aw. Hey guys, welcome to Girl, Did You Hear? I'm Jessica,
And I'm Kristen.
and today's episode we are going to talk all about tattoos.
Tattoos.
Gotta love them. So, I have been binge watching Ink Masters.
I know you have. I need to watch that
And
because I
I've
would
just
probably
been
love
talking
it.
all about it. And like I have so many tattoo things in my brain right now.
I want to hear them.
And I know that you had mentioned to me that this was the 1 year anniversary of our friendship tattoo.
Yes.
That we got together.
Yeah.
It
I'll,
is-
I'll post a little picture
it's
so they
pretty.
can see.
I love it. So this really made me think about like, remember when
Remember when
you would get a tattoo and your parents were like, oh, you're never going to be able to get a job.
Yes.
Dude, how much has that changed? Just even in the last 10 years.
Okay, so we're in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 years ago.
To
It would, I think
2015?
in the last 10 years, I think it's definitely changed.
Yeah.
I was thinking of when I worked at Subaru because that was when I was like last in like corporate world.
Right.
So for me growing up, my dad had a few tattoos, but he wasn't like tatted up,
Right.
you know, but I always was into them, knew I always wanted them, had a lot of really dumb ideas when I was younger that I didn't get tattoos of, which I was thankful for.
Right.
Um,
Glad you had some frontal lobe development. Yeah.
Glad my parents were like, no, you're waiting till you're 18.
Right.
Although I did sneak one in before. But like my dad always told me, you know, nothing on your face, nothing on your arms because you can't get a job, you know, like he
Right.
did like try to like drill that into me, you
Clean
know?
slate.
Yeah. Like make sure you can cover your tattoos up
Right.
until you land your career or whatever, right?
Right.
And he always like drilled into my head, if you have an idea for a tattoo, wait a year. And if you still have that idea and want it, he's like, then you know that it will be like, you'll be okay with it being with you forever.
Right. That's
And
that's a
I've
good theory.
always kind of had that. I mean, yeah, I have like some random
some impulsive tattoos.
spontaneous tattoos.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Which everybody has.
I think those are a part of the journey.
Absolutely, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Everybody has those,
Yeah.
like when you have tattoos. But I think I remember when I got my half sleeve, which was like shoulder, like it only came down to like up here.
Right.
At Subaru, I remember I asked our boss beforehand if I was allowed, like,
To have it.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I didn't know. Like, I wanted to make sure because our shirts that we had to wear, like,
Were just polos and they'd stop like three.
yeah, so it would have peaked out on the bottom, and I just wanted to make sure that wasn't going to be an issue.
Right.
Because we were right there in customer front lines,
Yeah.
you know? And they didn't care at Subaru, even with like our crazy hair colors that we had and stuff, you know?
The
But
purple
like,
days.
I think yes, it's changed. I think people are more accepting to it,
Mhm.
but I also think some jobs like to keep it very clean slate.
What jobs are those, do you think?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I know, right? Because I'm trying to think about it. One of the things I thought about was like doctors.
Yeah.
Right. So how would I feel if my doctor came in completely tatted up and, you know, ready to examine things.
Yeah.
Because that's what doctors do, right? I would be completely okay with that. I
Yeah,
would be cool.
totally.
I
I'd
was
be
like,
very comfortable.
sweet, I see you. Same vibes. Like,
Yeah.
check it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, this is the only one I can show right now because it's cold as shit outside.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't think my aunt would feel the same way if a doctor that was like tatted
Right.
had like
Came in.
neck pieces and all that other stuff
Or, like,
came in. Or
sleeves.
yeah, you know, I
mean-
don't think that's. I mean, there's definitely a perception there,
Yeah.
right? Because it's that mindset from that generation of, you know, tattoos are, you know,
Bad.
they're
because-
bad. They're forever. They're affiliated.
Tattoos
They're
are
gangs
criminals,
or violence
yeah.
or criminals. You only get tattoos in prison,
Right.
or you
all
know,
these bad
your body
stigmas.
is a temple and you shouldn't be defacing it. And
Right.
I'm like, well, I shouldn't have been feeding it all that crap. But here we are. The I'm gonna ruin it how I will. I mean, it has a stigma. Like in Japan, gangsters are the only ones with tattoos,
Right.
or at least that's the stigma, right? So there's a really like clean cut culture out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I do not mind tattoos at all. Like if I see
I
it
don't
on my
either.
professional lawyer, my doctor, my bank teller, I don't care. But like
Yep.
you look at some of those things and I don't see a lot of tattoos in banks.
Correct.
I don't see in like anything financial. I don't see a lot of tattoos.
I mean, most of those people have to wear like suits
yeah,
and stuff, like business suits, so they're always wearing long sleeves. So if they do have tattoos,
it's all covered.
It's all covered.
Right,
So we wouldn't know.
right,
But I mean, that's the appearance that they want for their business or whatever, right? They
Right,
want
right.
that like clean business look.
right.
So
So is it like is it okay if like what if our president had like visible tattoos?
it wouldn't bother me.
It wouldn't bother you?
Not at all.
But I bet it would bother the crap out of some people.
yeah. It would bother a lot of people.
And I think honestly that's why it's changed so much in the last 10 years is
Yeah.
because our generation is getting older and the generations before us, of course, are getting older.
But before us are also not, I don't want to say
But they're
dying off,
No,
but
they're just phasing out of the workforce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not-
it's
they're
just
all
that simple.
retired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like our generations and the one above us that are most dominant in the workforce right
Yeah.
now. And we're tatted up little rebels.
yeah, we are.
Every single one
All
of
of
us.
us 90s babies.
Exactly.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Exactly that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I am trying to think if I've seen doctors with tats because like taking my dad, you know, to the doctor and Trevor's mom a lot. Whenever they come into the room, they're always wearing long sleeves.
Right.
So I never know, but I see a lot of like the nurses,
Mm-hmm.
like during summertime or whatever, they'll have like the shorter sleeve scrubs on,
Right.
and a lot of them have sleeves,
Like tats.
tats,
Yeah.
and I'm like, cool. Like I've complimented them,
Right,
you know, and I'm like,
right.
yeah, it's dope. Like I like seeing that because I don't like just because you're tatted doesn't mean that you can't do a job,
Right. Doesn't mean you're not smart.
right?
Doesn't mean you're not capable.
Yeah,
And I mean, and I don't even care if it's a shitty tattoo.
yeah.
Like, so what?
I mean, yeah, like. Okay, I'm not huge on
vulgar tattoos.
vulgar tattoos or face tattoos in particular. Like that's just my personal
So
preference.
that's where you draw the line. That's where you start to judge someone as if they have face tattoos.
I don't judge them.
I'm sorry. Perceive them.
We
differently.
listen
and
we don't judge. I will say in the bond industry, when
Mhm.
I was a bondsman, a lot of the people that I bonded out of jail had a lot of face tattoos. This thing just exploded on my hand.
Oh no!
Look.
Ew! Squeezing it too hard.
I wasn't. And I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying.
Right, I see what you're saying. Like you can
I
you
think
can start to
certain-
draw a line.
I think certain tattoos do, like certain tattoos where they are placed, can fall in line with that stereotype
Yeah.
of whatever.
Right,
Prison tattoos, blah, 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 blah. You know? But for me, I would never get a face tattoo. I have like a slight little baby one, like on my neck right here.
Right.
That's probably as far as I
As
would go.
close to your face
Yeah,
as you're
like I
gonna get.
wouldn't go above. I might do like behind the ear,
Right, those are cute.
something like that.
Something
but
simple.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen really pretty girls with tattoos on their faces, and it just ruins it for me.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah. I'm like, why? Literally, that's what I think. I'm like, why? Like, such a pretty face. Like, why put that there?
Right. That's
You know?
hard.
Like, so we got all of our kids for Christmas tattoo gift cards.
Hell yeah.
So the other day we were at the shop with Jaden. She was getting her tattoo, cashing in on her gift card.
Yeah.
And she was getting the butterflies done or whatever. And the guy that was doing her tattoo, his name's Jamie. He had been doing it for like 20 something years, 22
That's a long
years.
time.
Yeah, he's really good. I asked him what's like the most cliche like tattoo that he's done.
Oh yeah.
And he said he's probably done thousands of infinity symbols.
Well, dude. Did
I
you
was
ever
like-
want an infinity symbol? Do you have an infinity
I'm
symbol?
like, do I? No, I don't.
You don't.
No,
I thought you did.
I don't think so. I'm like,
She's like,
no, I don't. I don't. I think there was a point where I may have wanted one, but I do not think that I have one currently.
Yeah, I never wanted an infinity symbol. I mean, what does it? I understand what it's supposed to represent. I get it. Like,
Yeah.
and I can understand how you can put your own twist on it. But like,
I don't know.
that's just for me. Also, the one that says like breathe.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, bro, did you forget?
Do you really need a reminder for
Now
that?
I understand it's for anxious people like myself, just to kind of like remember to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
But like,
Come on.
ah.
Do you
I mean,
really
there's
need that?
some other cliche ones like, butterflies. I'm guilty of that one. I've got a bunch of those.
But I think that's just like a girl thing because butterflies are pretty and they represent
are,
and like
they
they mean a
are.
lot of different
And
things.
they're
And
cute and they're fun. And I mean, that's what Jaden just got was an addition to all of her
Yeah.
butterflies, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, and I love butterflies. Do not get me wrong. They're like my favorite animal. I cannot
Get enough.
express how much I love them. I mean, my first tattoo was one.
Yeah.
Right. And then I just was like, oh, I want more of those. Give
me more,
just
give
got
me
like
more.
a bunch more. It was, I mean, and that's like, the transformation, the metamorphosis. They've got like beautiful meanings and stuff. Because that's
Right.
one thing that I do with every tattoo is any symbol that I have on myself, I go and I research the shit out of it.
To make sure.
Just to make sure.
Yeah.
I mean, because I want to be confident in what I'm wearing, especially if it's a sign or a symbol of something. Like your and my best friend tattoo is a moon on the inside of my ankle. On the other side of that, there's a sun, which
Right.
is kind of cool.
Right.
And I've got a cat and a cactus and as we previously discussed, like a bunch of butterflies. So I try and make sure that anything that I'm putting on my body is putting
Has
out like
some sort
a
of
good message.
Yeah. Not something that's like no regrets.
No regrets.
Yeah.
But like I know that it's your body's your canvas and you're allowed to paint it however
Totally.
you want. And if you want something creepy or ugly or not ugly, sorry, creepy or dark or whatever the case may be, you're allowed.
Something
and I
different.
know that there's artists out there that love to do that. And one of the things that I've been experiencing in the tattoo world, which is hard. I mean, I didn't experience this with like my best friend tattoos and the sister tattoo that I got, but like anytime I went in to get a tattoo organically, I noticed like the artist would be really good at, and this I think really falls more on me, is that the artist, his whole portfolio is all like dark and like scary clowns and like murderous spiders.
Right.
And all of that other fun stuff. And then I want something cute and bubbly and like full of color and has like bows and stuff on it. And he's like, dude, I mean,
He's like,
I'll do it, but I'm going to hate every minute of it. And it's like, why can't I get a tattooer that likes me? Why can't
Right.
I have somebody just be like, yeah, that's a cool idea. Let's do it. Instead of, man, I really hate doing the cute stuff because it just pays the bills.
meh.
And I'm like, I get it. Like, I get you like the horror side. Why
Yeah.
did you even take me on as a client? Oh, because I'm going to pay you.
Exactly.
So shut up about it.
yeah, like I agree. Okay.
Like, I just want it to be nice to me.
50-50. You definitely still have to like check people's portfolios. And like if it's not a style that you're asking for, that's going to be not difficult for them, but maybe something that they will not enjoy doing as much.
So maybe your
However-
tattoo suffers a little bit from that.
Possibly.
I mean, I've seen it
But-
happen in Ink Masters.
Yeah, I bet you have some stories. But like I've walked into tattoo shops and gotten random tattoos, and
Right.
those are usually not like the greatest
Right.
tattoos, like the walk-ins. Some of them are like banging. Like I have some that are still looking great after like 10 plus years.
Love that.
And I have others that I'm like, yeah, that probably could have been done a little bit better, you know.
Those
But it's
lines
like
are a little wonky.
I feel like
yeah.
to an extent, any tattoo you take, unless you go to the same person consistently, you're taking a risk by going to a different artist each time.
Well, I mean, because
Obviously.
every artist is building off of another person's
Yes.
art, you know?
But also, in addition to like your experience of like being nice, like, yeah, like it should, like he should have done a better job in making you feel comfortable. So like maybe you would have came back to him for something more dark and scary.
Right. Or I would
referred-
have given him
or
something in his
referred
wheelhouse.
someone
Yeah.
To him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
someone that likes that style or was looking for someone that does that type of work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I know many tattoo artists and they all have different styles of work.
Right.
You know? Some are like more well-rounded and can do like a little bit of
everything.
Yeah, you know, but most of them have like a specialty.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know.
It's tough. And I mean, and I think a lot of responsibility on that falls on the client to be confident in who you're choosing.
Totally.
Like I'm not gonna hire a plumber to fix my electricity.
Right, exactly.
So I mean, I should have been a little bit more responsible in my vetting process.
Yeah, but that wasn't like a planned tattoo. It was kind of like a spur of the moment thing.
It was
Yeah.
like a, hey, can I come in and get a tattoo? Hey, what do you
Yeah.
want? Well, I want this. Don't make
I
it look
mean-
like a penis. Yeah, okay. And then go from there.
When we go to Florida, we always end up getting like a random tattoo.
Right.
1 year, Autumn and I got matching tattoos, which is like the 111
Mhm.
right here on our wrist with the little butterfly, which this is literally like a 15-minute tattoo,
Right.
if that.
Right.
Autumn went first. Do you know how long it took her,
No.
the girl, to do that tattoo? Like an hour.
Damn.
The artist took like 2 breaks during the tattoo. It was, and
Was it one? And then, oh man, I gotta take a break.
she did the outline and then took a break. And we were like, what
is going
what is going on? Like, is this girl new? Like, is she? It was a very strange experience. Something else, like a pet peeve, like in talking about, you know, like tattoo consumer, like relationship.
Sides of things, yeah.
Why is it so hard to find a consistent tattoo artist?
I don't know.
Like, I know a lot of people that do work.
Mhm.
And I've reached out to many of them like many times and like given them opportunities to like,
Perform.
you know, paint my body,
Right.
you know?
Do the thing.
Yeah. And they'll be like, yeah. And then we go to like to set a date, or like we set a date and then they flake, or there's just like, there's ghosting, or like, I'm like, why is it so, like, I'm trying to like I want to pay you. Like, just because I know you.
I want to give you my money.
Just because I'm your friend, like, I will gladly pay. Like, I'm not asking for a discount.
No.
Like, there's none of that. Like, I will pay the price.
Right.
But like, why are tattoo artists so inconsistent with like their clients and their bookings when someone wants to continually come back?
I don't know. That's hard. Is it because they are booked, or is it because they're just maybe not good at booking?
Not good at communicating properly.
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you also kind of have to.
I don't know. I like pride myself in like
Being-
communication,
yeah.
especially like as a business owner.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, you
Like-
probably have to kind of lower your expectations a little bit, because you hold yourself to such a high standard of communications with your clients, follow up,
Right,
feedback.
but like when people
Because it comes back into
message
the
me-
Subaru days of like, hey, call the guy, let him know what they want, follow up with the guy after he leaves, see how things were going. Like,
Right.
we've had that drilled into us to where we know that is no, because it's good.
Like, I literally do that.
It's
though.
great.
But like when someone
Customer
reaches out to
service.
me, like for photos, whether it's a past client or a new client, I always try to respond to them within 48 hours.
Like an expedient time frame, instead of
24 to 48.
hey, I want to set up some tattoo time, and then 7 days later, hey yo,
Right. I'm
you're like,
bro.
could you just? I don't want a tattoo now. I
So,
wanted it a week ago.
If you're a tattoo artist,
Please reach out to us.
let us know what it is. Like, is it just you guys are that busy? Maybe you're not good at it. Like, I know a lot of men are tattoo artists. And I'm not trying to like
single out
like gender things, but like sometimes men aren't great at like communicating and multitasking and like doing all of that stuff
right,
like on their own.
And I mean, but there's also like resources and stuff out there to make it easier for us.
Yeah.
I mean, online booking, for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
Could you just put a website up?
Yeah. That would be great.
But then again,
when I have to book
that costs money, and there's like other things like
I'm sorry, if you're a tattoo artist in a shop, you're probably at least making a decent amount of money to have a freaking website.
that is fair. Well, I mean, an online presence.
It doesn't cost.
It doesn't even have to be a website. It could be just like an Instagram presence or a fucking.
There's ways to
something
do
on
online
social.
booking that are pretty cheap. Probably like there's even a free one out there. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Because when I make an appointment with my hairstylist, I go like on her little whatever link that she sends me, and I choose what I'm having done, and that's it. Like I book the appointment.
And that's great for
And
her
there's no
because she doesn't
communication
have to talk
there.
to you about it.
No.
She can just be like, okay, I'm going to send her the thing. She's going to send me back what she wants to do and when, and then I'll just see her then.
Exactly.
She doesn't have to like easy.
Right.
Right. But that's
So
how
if I
we're
could like
thinking
send a
of it.
picture to a tattoo
right?
artist and be like, this is what I want,
This is a similar representation.
and
right.
just book the appointment like online, that would be a great.
I would have way more tattoos. No, I wouldn't. I don't. It's not that I don't sit well for tattoos. I just hate the constant annoyance. The for 3 to 6 hours, depending on how long this tattoo. I mean, because it's not really a pain thing. I can handle pain okay.
Why don't you bring headphones?
Well, because I typically am not alone.
True.
I've never had a tattoo where I was by myself.
Oh, I have. I had lots.
I wonder what that's like.
It's fine. I've fallen
Lonely?
asleep during
Weird.
tattoos.
I mean, because I'm afraid I don't sit well, but I think I sit okay. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
I've seen you.
I've hit all the soft, squishy places though. Like I have a big piece on my ribs.
Yeah.
I was a little squirmy for that one, just because I was a little thinner. But like
That artist also had a really heavy hand,
he did,
and
I
that makes
can
a huge difference.
tell because some lines are just blow.
Yes.
But it still looks great, and that thing is over a decade old.
Yeah.
Like I think it's. Oof, I don't even want to expose that, but it's old.
It's old. I remember when you got that piece.
It still looks good though.
Yeah. What's happening in Ink Masters? Give me some tea.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm rewatching it. I rewatched it from like scratch. So I watched season 1, episode 1, and then it's just building up from there. I think I'm in season like 8 or 9.
Oh God, there's
right
that
now.
many seasons.
Yeah,
Is there
there's
like a
more than
current like
that.
new season happening right now?
I don't know.
Okay.
I would have to fact check. I think there's at least a recent one.
Okay.
Because I know
Interesting.
that the panel of judges have changed, and so has the host.
Okay. What is the premise of the show?
So
They're
basically,
competing.
yeah. So basically, you start off with, I think it's like 16 tattoo artists, and they all are competing for their own little studios on this challenge, right? This game basically is, because that's how you got to kind of treat it. So you all start off with like, they test them on, technical skill. Like they do things more than just tattoos. They make them do art on canvas and out of brick and, steel wire, and
Interesting.
create art on cars, and how they show like their lining technique and things like that. Like they go through and test these artists to make sure that they can like pull consistent lines and things along that nature. And I mean, it's a challenge basically to see who is the best, most well-rounded artist out of these 16 people.
But if they're doing tattoos, what does doing art in different mediums have anything to do with being a good, well-rounded tattoo
Because it
artist?
shows that they're able to put a drawing on paper. Have you ever had a tattoo artist who couldn't draw? No, because
Well,
you
you would
didn't
never
choose
know,
that
yeah.
MFer. You know what I'm saying? So drawing is a huge thing that I'm watching a lot of people failing, like coming up with ideas organically out of their head, being able to create straight lines and beautiful artwork out of a limited medium, like being able to adapt to things. Like I can see where them putting line work down a Dodge Charger can translate into pulling smooth lines on a tattoo, because they understand the concept of having, the line has to be straight. The line has to go with the body of the car, or the curve of the body of the car, sort of thing. So like this line has to be this way. It can't just be wonky. It has to be one consistent thickness. Like they're testing you on multiple levels to see if you can have that skill set. So, I mean,
that's interesting to me.
A lot of
because
artists only do black and gray. Some of them bind up when they have to do color tattoos.
I know people
like
that do
a
that.
lot of artists can't do portraits. Like I am terrified.
Well, yeah,
to
portraits
have a
are
portrait
freaking hard.
But there are people out there who can nail it every time.
yeah.
Like who can just make a beautiful face. And I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah, and those people are like, that is their niche.
That is their
usually.
niche. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just hard to make, you know, one person well-rounded at everything. And that's what this show is trying to do. They're trying to make sure that they're good at American traditional. They're trying to make sure that they're good at, you know, watercolor style and Japanese style and all the other styles of tattoos. I mean, they test them on everything and they make sure they get the best well-rounded one out of the bunch.
Okay, I get the concept of that,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm struggling to understand, like, why they need to make art out of this booklet in order to show that they're a good tattoo artist.
Well,
because
they only have some challenges that are like that. It's mostly
that's
tattooing.
okay. I was gonna say, like, because that, like, to me, I'm like, tattooing in itself is an art. Like that itself is its own art, and like you're only gonna get better at tattooing and pulling those lines by doing that.
Right.
So constructing something out of metal over here is, or drawing a line on a car doesn't
But
make sense in my brain.
An artist? You have to prove that you're an artist. You have to prove that you have more than just the ability to trace and then trace one more time. They're proving that you have more than just
the ability to tattoo.
I mean, it's just a matter of like making them one well-rounded dude.
Right.
So that's, I mean, because that to them is what an ink master is. It's a master of all of the different facets of the tattoo world. This guy can do freehand. This guy can do portraits. This guy can do realism.
Yeah, okay,
this guy can do black
Obviously,
and
I
gray.
understand. I didn't know that you were saying that like all of the things that they do is not just like other mediums of art.
No,
'Cause
but
I
I'm saying that pushing these people through other mediums of art is proving that they are better tattoo artists than the other dudes who can't push themselves through the drawing challenge.
That makes sense, yeah.
Or the car challenge or whatever the case may be.
Most tattoo artists that I know are other creatives in other mediums as
That's
well.
what I'm saying. Like you have to be an artist
Yeah.
first and then be able to be like, oh, hey, I could do that.
Yeah.
Because skin is a completely different medium than canvas or
Oh,
clay or anything else you can work off of. And it takes like a different skill set. I can only begin to imagine how nerve-wracking it is because you have the responsibility.
For someone to do like that first tattoo, their
very first, right?
On real
Because you're
skin.
marking this person forever.
Yeah.
And if you do a bad job, you fuck them up
Yeah.
forever. Right? They have to wear that forever. And I see some of these tattoos come out of the show and I'm like, oh my God, dude.
They're not good.
They're not good.
Oh boy.
And I mean, and the judges tell them accordingly. Like it's impressive sometimes because you're like, wow, these people were supposed to be the best.
Where are these just random people that have like applied to be on the show or auditioned
I
or
mean,
whatever?
they've
Like
auditioned
any
to be
other
on the
reality
like
show?
any other reality show. Yeah,
That's
and they
cool.
all have different varying experiences. Like the series that I'm watching now, they took two of the judges, and each judge picked a team of tattoo artists, and so they're like Team Nunez versus Team Peck.
Interesting.
I think I got those names right. Regardless. And then the episodes before were like veterans versus young guns. I think actually that was the most recent episode that I watched from the newest season. But it's just a matter of like people who have 20 years experience versus 4 or,
That's cool.
you know, and it's great to see.
I'm sure you can see a difference between like 20 years versus 4 years.
Yeah. But I mean, there's people out there that have only been tattooing for 4 or 5 years and are
And they're
just
just-
nailing it.
Yeah.
Just have a
That
talent,
Yeah.
which is something I... Woo! I wish I had a talent. I mean, I know I'm talented, but I just wish.
Maybe you just haven't found it yet.
I've been on this earth
There's still time.
for a long
There's still
time,
time.
friends.
There's still time.
What? All right.
Our youngest, Jaden, is a pretty amazing little artist.
My little sister's a good artist too.
Yeah, she is. You've seen
Like-
some of the portraits Jaden can draw.
Yeah, she's
And
amazing.
she's been drawing like portraits since she was in like elementary school.
Dang.
All her stuff all through elementary school was always in like little art shows and stuff.
Aw.
Yeah. The butterflies that she got tattooed actually, so
She drew.
she drew,
Love that.
and all, not all butterflies
Are the same.
are the same.
Correct.
So they're all different.
Mhm.
But she made them like they're not all real butterflies
Right.
in the shapes, but they're all different. And the artist did a really good job at like making sure that he got all of the details
I love
like
that.
from her drawing onto, which was really cool.
Because I bet that's kind of hard for an artist sometimes. Because like when my sister and I got our matching tattoos, I made her draw the design.
Your sister, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember you telling me that.
And I love that she still loves me, but I kind of beat her up a little bit on every design that she put up there. And
Well,
I
when
mean,
we were deciding on a tattoo,
I did the same thing to
you
you.
did the same thing to me.
Like,
It wasn't
and
easy.
Trust me. And it took a long time. It took actually my sister to start the process for everybody else to get their friendship tattoos with me. Because I mean, it's taken a long time for people to nail me down and for me to get like, yeah, sure, I'll do this. So Hannah, it wasn't just you.
No, it was me too.
I mean, I'm not.
Because we had talked about doing tattoos like
for a long
time, and we just never did it. And finally, I was like, "We're doing it.
No, I'm gonna
Let's
sit you
Think
down.
of something. I'm
and do
making
it.
an appointment."
I'm like, I want this, but
But
not
you
that.
also don't like jump to go get a tattoo in the same way that like I do.
Right.
So I know like you can do it,
Oh yeah.
but it's not like your most enjoyable thing to do. Like you have to like.
I just hate being
gear
annoyed for that
yourself up.
long, right? And I think that's the reason why I've never done it alone, because I've always wanted to do it with somebody so that I'm distracted from the fact that it's just for fucking hours.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I get it. Yeah, if I went by myself, I would have my phone fully charged, a
Oh,
power
yeah.
bank, and like the best noise canceling headphones I could find.
Yeah. and you just
Like
do
it
the
would
thing.
never be.
Yeah, when I've
that
gone
dramatic.
by myself, it's always like I'm just scrolling or just chilling, just relaxing, like with my
Right,
eyes closed.
right.
Like we'll chit chat a little bit, and then like some silence, and then chit chat. Like
Yeah. I'm a pretty quiet
little
client.
nap.
Like I would prefer just to sit down, shut up, don't talk to me. Like
Don't talk to me.
I've already done the small talk thing. Like we did that in the beginning. Can you
Right.
just get this over with?
But like as you go with someone, like
Mhm.
if you go to the same artist, like you kind of get to know them.
You get a bond.
Yeah,
and, you build.
and like you can like chit chat a little bit, or like
well, and like I've
some
heard-
people are just easier to have that small talk with, where it seems more natural and it's not forced. Like it's just like genuine conversation, right? Whereas sometimes it can come off as like small talk and
awkward,
and you're just kind of like, all right, you're just like waiting for the pause so you can be quiet, right? Until the next time someone speaks.
But like I also want to get in and get out, because I've heard and I've had some certified yappers as tattoo artists, and I'm like, could you?
Where they
could
take
you-
like 30 minutes
and they
to
just
start.
stop. They're like, "Meow. Oh, so did you hear an asteroid's about to take out the planet in 2023 or 2033 or whatever the case may be?" And then I'm like, "No, really?" She's like, "Oh, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "Could you just get back to the tattoo?"
Can you just keep going, please?
Oh,
You're
I made a good cake the
funny.
other day. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, good for you. Friends. I love
cracking
this.
me up.
I'm not. This is why I don't get tattoos.
This is how many tattoos do you have?
5? 1, 2, 3,
You have a lot of little ones.
4, 5, 6, like 7.
Nice.
How many do you have?
I don't know.
Rough guess.
14, maybe. 13, 14, maybe.
20?
I don't know. Do you count like a sleeve as one?
Mm-hmm. Well, no. I see. That's where tattoo math gets fucky. Like, who knows?
don't know. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I'll get more. I'll have more. I just like my last tattoo was our tattoo.
Yeah. Mine was the addition I got to my arm.
Yeah, you're filling.
Yeah.
Love that.
Which I have a little bit more to do that I'll probably do in the next few months.
Heck yeah. You should.
Excited.
Should.
Maybe I'll bring you with me, and you can just hang out. And you
All
can
right.
feel the vibe of this artist, and you can see if you like him for your next tattoo.
But like, here's the thing. I don't have like a new tattoo inspiration. Like, I don't have anything. I'm like, ooh, I want that. Like, I'm not fresh on tattoo ideas
I
right now.
always have like a backlog of ideas, like
Dang.
ready to go. Like I could walk in and get one at any point.
I mean, I want like a color artist to like grow this one out, but like that again is just finding the right guy. Since I got burned from my last few of
I'm
like
saying, like-
bad vibes,
you have to let me introduce you to someone new.
but like I've gone to 3 new people.
Has any of them stuck?
Well, no.
Exactly. So
I'm just, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I should just not be. Nah, that's never gonna happen.
I don't think you're a bad client.
I know I'm not a bad client. I tip well. I show up on time. I make sure I shower and I smell good. Like,
you're prepared.
Yeah.
Like you just want to sit down, do the thing, no talking.
I didn't somebody to be like, to be enjoying or having at least a decent day while they're working on my shit. Cause I don't want someone to be like, oh God, this cute shit again. Or like, man, I wish my boyfriend wouldn't have dumped me yesterday. I don't know. Is that so much to ask?
Maybe you just get stuck with those weirdos. I mean, I've had some weird people tattoo me, but for the by far the 111 one was the weirdest situation.
Yeah.
But I haven't had like people give like weird comments like that to me, like that guy gave to you.
Well, I mean, sometimes people just don't have the balls.
Was he already tattooing you at that time? Like, had he started the tattoo?
No, he had finished.
Oh, he finished.
Yeah, and was like, well, the cute shit pays the bills. I'm like,
motherfucker, if he would have said that shit like beforehand, I'd be like, you know what? I'll go somewhere else. Goodbye.
Well, because the beginning of his tattoo was like, this stuff is not in my portfolio.
Right.
And he's like, have you looked at my portfolio?
Okay, kudos
and then
to him
I
for
was
saying
like,
that.
No, I don't care. You did a solid job the first time. I came back to you to do this one. So shut up. Here's your money.
Right.
Like, I get it. I understand
Yeah,
that
like,
I am not
like,
the easiest person to like walk in and automatically like I've got resting bitch face. I don't talk very loud. Speak up very loud. And when I do talk, I talk really fast and don't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So I understand that maybe I need a special artist that handles special people. So maybe I get it. I'm the drama.
No. I don't think that it's you because I understand both sides of that for sure.
You know,
but that was a really crappy comment of him to say because in my line of business with photography, like when I started doing photos, I did like everything,
right? Like
because I wanted to get out there. I needed to like figure out what I really wanted to focus on,
right.
You know, and I learned there were certain types of shoots that I like didn't want to do,
right?
Because it was just like not my thing. And I didn't want like my work to reflect that. Exactly. Right. Because you can tell, you know?
Right.
And I feel like tattoo artists should probably also maybe consider that.
Right.
And not just take the money to pay the bill.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or take the money to pay the bill and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care that you don't like to do cute shit. Don't tell me that you don't like to do cute shit after you just did cute shit on me.
Right.
Like that was piss poor planning on your part.
And after you had already said that you were already a return client to this person because he had done another piece, which was that piece that he did in line with his portfolio work.
Nope.
Okay.
It was in line with exactly what I asked for.
Right. So you were happy with what he did the first time. No crappy comments.
No.
You were like, cool. I'm going to go back to this dude. He says, blah, 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 blah.
Why didn't you check my portfolio?
And you're like, well, like.
You did a great job here.
Yeah. So.
And you treated me nice like, then. Why are you being a dick today?
Yeah. Like maybe he was just having an off day. Don't be a dick. Shut up and take the money.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. And I mean, and the right to refuse service means that I don't have to be being a dick for you to be like, nah, you know what? I don't think we're a good match. That would hurt my feelings a little, but I would honestly prefer you to tell me that, hey, this isn't my wheelhouse on something that's going to be on my body forever.
100%.
Than just be like, yeah, whatever, fuck it. I'll just take it.
100%. I have turned clients down for weddings because I just didn't feel like a connection with
they're just not my style
with the bride or whatever. And that might sound crappy, but like I'm gonna be with them the whole day, right? Like I need to vibe.
And
with
you were at this whole special occasion, man.
Yeah, and like there's just a certain energy and connection you have to have with people when you're working in that type of like scenario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Type of vendor
especially
client.
for like a wedding
Yeah.
situation. And you know, and it's fine. Like either the feeling is usually mutual or sometimes like they're bummed, you know, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Like I just want to make sure like I'm providing the best quality of work to
For you.
and
Right.
for you.
Right.
And I just don't think like it's gonna work. Like I'm sorry.
That's fair. That's totally fair. And I mean, I would rather
I
have
think
that. I would rather have that conversation.
Absolutely. I would rather someone be like, you know what? I don't want to tattoo you.
And then
I don't
I'd be
want to
like,
tattoo that piece.
Cool,
it's not
cool,
it's not
cool.
my style
or like,
whatever.
I don't think. I mean, you don't even have to go that far. Just be like, you know what? I don't think that I am going to do, or I'm going to represent this the way
in the right way.
that you want me to, or I'm going to
Yeah.
do my best job on this piece. So
And that's fine.
please go find someone else.
We can go find somebody else.
Ugh.
Just shut up and take my money.
Shut up and take my money.
On that note.
I think that's
This
where
is
you
the
hit like and
end.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We've reached the end
We have.
of our tattoo rant.
Do you have anything you want to say?
No.
No. Me
I'm
neither.
hungry.
Me too. Don't ask it. Don't. I don't.
Damn it! What's for dinner?
I don't.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Tell all your friends. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.